What's up, dude? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are just gonna jump right into the story because honestly, I'm just gonna have to really play you two videos and then kind of explain the different sides of the story, I guess, in some way. So let's just jump right into it. So this all started off when a girl, Lexi Stout, posted a TikTok, and I'm gonna play it for you because in this case we have each side of the story explaining their side of that same story. So first we're gonna watch Lexi's video.
Friday night I went to my first lesbian bar. I was about to go home early, but then my friend who's a lesbian came over to the bar at the restaurant we were at and said, I'm gonna go to this bar, do you wanna come? And I was like, absolutely, why not? We got there and I was having so much fun. Everyone was so nice. The music was all like Renee rap and I was living my best life. Until one of our guy friends wanted to meet up with us and he comes into the bar for quite literally 2 minutes. Literally wanted to come in, say hello and leave. Girl approaches him pretty soon after he walks in and goes, what are you doing here? To be honest, I was a little taken aback because as a straight woman in a gay bar and also a straight woman who goes to a male gay bar, I've never felt like that before or been approached like that. The girl goes on to say, like, I've been coming to this bar for 10 years and blah, blah, blah. Basically, like, my friend didn't belong there. Now I get it. It's a gay bar for women. But the amount of very obviously flamboyantly gay men that were in that bar that were not being approached and yelled at was wild. And I'm just curious your thoughts on this because I was like, I looked at her and I was nice until I wasn't. But the way she spoke to us, like, as a group, and I looked at her and I was like, he is with us, he's good. Like, she was not having it. She did not want him in that bar at all, and I get it. But, like, there's no rules against that. Unless there are, and I didn't see them. But we left soon after because we had already been there for a while, and he just literally came to say hello. But I'm just curious, like, are straight males not allowed to go to a lesbian bar? I'm genuinely curious. Like I said, this was my first time going to a legit lesbian bar. So please, enlighten me. I guess, like, he's probably never going to go back there again because it really wasn't worth the drama. But I just feel it was a little dramatic.
Well then, not very long after Lexi posted that video, another user, her handle is like KPYP However, for whatever reason, I cannot find her account anymore on TikTok. I'm not totally sure why. If I can find it, I'm going to insert a screenshot of it. But now we're actually going to get to hear her explanation of the story. So here's her explanation.
What are you doing here? To be honest, I was a little taken aback because as a straight woman.
So that video is actually about me. I'm that lesbian. So I just wanted to provide some context on what happened from my perspective. So I was at Cubbyhole, been going to this bar for 8 years since I moved to New York. I actually met my wife there. I was waiting in the bathroom line, minding my own business, and there was a dude standing in front of the bathroom. I tapped him on his shoulder. I was like, excuse me, you're kind of in the way, whatever. I was not trying to start conflict, anything like that. He turns around. He seemed a little bit grumpy. So I was like, okay, dude, are you even here with anyone? Like, what are you doing in this bar? And he points to his friend, a girl who seems pretty queer to me, not the girl who made that other video. And she's like, he's with me. I'm like, okay, cool. I turn around, continue to wait in line, really had to pee. And then this guy comes to me and he goes, well, if I wasn't here with someone, would that be a problem? And I say, absolutely. Like, yes, it would be a problem. This guy, the girl in that video, some other girls, they all jump at me and they're like, what? Like, why would you say that? That's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. These people start coming at me and I'm just in the bathroom. I'm there celebrating a friend's birthday. I want literally nothing to do with straight people, which is why I'm in Cubbyhole in the first place. And, I'm just like, hey, okay, this is a queer bar. We don't have a lot of spaces. I've been coming to this bar for a long time. It's a special place for me. It's also a safe place for me. And I have seen a lot of cis straight guys come into this bar and cause problems. Like, it's a known thing. It happens at Cubbyhole. It happens at Henrietta's. It happens at Stonewall. There are straight dudes that come into these bars specifically because they're trying to pick up girls. So I wasn't trying to instigate anything. I was just trying to, like, hey, safety check, They got on my face. I just wanted to pee, so I was just like, all right, I'm going to the bathroom. I go in there and I just tried to de-escalate. I go back to my friend. There's more stuff that happens, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I do think that if you're going into a queer space, you should be respectful of that. And you should keep in mind that there are very limited spaces, especially for lesbians and queer women, where we can feel safe, where we can go. And there's literally the Lesbian Bar Project. If you've not heard about it, go look into it, because there are so few spaces. And honestly, I'm not going to apologize for protecting them. I just get heated, but that's pretty much it. I'm Katie, and I'm that lesbian, and sorry, but actually not sorry.
Now, one thing that we really need to keep in mind about this story. So now this story seems a little like, they're just sort of going back and forth. But one thing that we need to think about that maybe we wouldn't have thought about had this been sort of a different case, but the bar that they were at is actually incredibly small. So one user stitched Lexi's first video and inserted photos of the bar and really explains the situation super well. So I'm gonna play her video now. Okay, so I guess I did not save that video and I was not able to find it. So I don't know if maybe it got taken down or something, but essentially this is what the inside of Cubbyhole looks like. The bar where this whole thing happened. This is the inside. It is so small. So the doors on the left are, I believe, like the bathrooms. So you can see how tiny it is in that space. So being that it's such a small space, I totally understand why these women feel so protective and are like, no, this is our space. This is for us. It totally makes sense. I know it seems like I'm being lazy and I'm just playing videos, but I think that this is actually a really important conversation that needs to be had. So while I think that men going to, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. I might get the correct terminology incorrect, but just please know that I am not trying to, okay? So I think that men going to lesbian bars is, I guess the best way to explain it is like, men have tons of sports bars, right? Like a lot of heterosexual men are into sports. And even the ones that aren't, there's a lot of other bars kind of geared towards them in some ways, I would say. But women that are into other women don't have a lot of like safe spaces where they can feel comfortable to go and, talk to other women that are of the same sexuality as them and not have to be worried about being hit on by men, because, some men are under the impression that like, oh, you're not actually into women, like you just need to be with a good guy and whatever. And it's like, no, that's not actually the case. But I also think that it's something that we should keep in mind is that, so I don't want to make any assumptions or generalize at all, but some men are very into the idea of women kissing other women. Now, again, not all men, but I could definitely see some men going to lesbian bars hoping to see girls making out with each other. And I think that's really gross. Now, I'm not saying that the man in this story, that's what he was after at all. I am so not saying that. But I'm just saying that I'm sure a lot of women that are into other women have run into that, where men just want to go and see girls up on other girls, if that makes any sort of sense. So I'm sure to them it's like, hey, no, this is a safe zone for us and for our sexuality, and we don't really want men here because that's not who we're attracted to. So we would like a safe space where it's just okay for girls and girls. I'm very interested to see what everybody thinks. Keep in mind that even if you disagree with me, it's okay to write down and comment your opinion. It's okay to write down your opinion. Just please be respectful of everybody in the comments. I don't want there to be a lot of arguments. That's not what this is about. But if you want to express your opinion, please do so in a nice way. Don't be mean. Don't point fingers. Don't be judgy. Whatever. All that stuff. And my camera just died. Okay, well, obviously that is it for me. All my batteries are dead, which absolutely sucks, but I'm gonna wrap this video up. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to comment. I really want to know your guys' opinion on this. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. If not, totally cool. Thanks for hanging out and for watching this video. But for those of you that will be back, I will have a video up and ready for you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.